Good evening, guys, and welcome to Talkshow Podcast Episode 3. And of course, it's me again, Gingerbeard Man, and we have my commentator slash co-host, Elliot. So, welcome, Elliot.
Thank you, mate. It's an honour to be here as always, and I'm looking forward to doing this show with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Extremely excited. I'm sure I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy the show. We've added a good couple of nice slides for you guys, so I'm sure it's going to be a good one. So we just want to welcome Vegest as well, which is the manager of Lazio.
Hello, thanks.
Awesome, man. Good to have you on the show with us, and it's going to be a good one. We got a nice little build-up that's happening before your big game, which actually happens pretty soon after the podcast. So yeah, are you excited for the game?
Well, a little.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, so just to cover a couple of things that's going to be happening in tonight's show. It's of course the road to the final. We're going to have a look at the two teams that are in the final, which is Lazio and Nottingham Forest. And then of course we go through the starting squads, key players, manager interviews, and then we've got a little bit of banter towards the end from Elliot himself. So I'm sure it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Can't wait.
Yeah, so first topic up is, of course, Lazio road to the final. We do have a slightly outdated table from the actual cup itself. Of course, Lazio's only played 4 games here. The other 2 teams are on 6, and then Roma's on 4 as well. So, do you want to say anything on this side, Elliot?
Yeah, so straight away, you can see Lazio, despite playing 2 games less than Inter and Cagliari, there's the top of the league there. So that set the precedent for it. They were going up as champions into the next round. And look how strong he is as well. Scored 13 goals, only conceded 5. So, plus 8 goal difference compared to the rest of their teams with a minus. So, you could see from there, Lazio we're going to go into the quarterfinals strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Just smashing through some teams there. Obviously, no losses after the 4 games, kind of setting the tone going forward. What was your thoughts with regards to this for Jest during the league table?
It wasn't strange in the group stage because it was very complicated to play all the matches. But for instance, the Inter manager was very tough and complicated to win. Well, there is no easy rival in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though you did go through there, you came up quite against a big opposition with DJ Scuff of River Plate. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, Argentinian squad is very complicated to play. They are using a 4-4-2 with AMF, and it's very complicated because the pressure was very very high. And finally, I think I need to change like 3 or 4 times the formation. And finally, in the last minute, Immobile in the first match can score. And well, was great because after that match, the second match was very quiet in some things because I tried to play more defensive, and I think, well, it's not easy to play against Argentinian squads, but we did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks to the Immobile goal in the first half, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure he saves you on a number of occasions, so that's awesome. Elliot, of course, going into out of the group stage, Lazio scoring plenty of goals, and he kept on doing it in the quarterfinals. What do you think of that?
Yeah, we were lucky enough to cover the quarterfinal game, and I remember River Plate starting the game so well, and then every time they got a couple of goals, Lazio would come back and score some goals. Just when River Plate thought that the semi-finals were just there on the horizon, Lazio would just keep plugging away, getting a couple of goals, And then they got themselves back into the game, obviously making substitutions in the first game. Can you remember, is it Sacco that came on and he scored with his first touch?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and then right at the end,
The golden boy, yeah.
yeah, Mobile in the last minute of the game got them that vital win. And obviously 5 away goals. And then the second leg, they played really well again. And I mean, 7-5, it's as close as it comes, really. Plenty of goals, but you could see there that Lazio were the type of team that weren't going to let another team beat them easily. So even when it looked like they were going to get beat, they came back strong, showed great character, got through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, and I was going back on the Sacco comment there. It's the beauty of this league and even the cup where we see a 87 overall player of Immobile, and then of course we see on the other end a 73 rated of Sacco scoring the vital goal there. So that's just what makes us all that special, you know.
Yeah, and I remember also a little shout out to Prato at River Plate. He was on fire that day. We're very unlucky.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 goals he scored, I think.
Yeah, was an awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, absolutely awesome games. I'm glad that we also managed to cover it on the commentary side. So that was really awesome. And then of course you progressed through the into the semi-finals, and you actually came up against myself in my Villarreal team, which was, I can speak from my side, which was an absolutely awesome experience. The games felt really nice and flowing. There was no sort of momentum shifts in the game, so I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I would like to know post match on Vegest, what is his thoughts on the games?
Well, you play very well and you pass the ball, and it's very complicated to to defend against you. But I think finally with a high pressure in the second, because in the first leg I'm trying to be more defensive, and I think was not a good choice, because you can pass the ball very fast, and I really had problem without you. But finally in the second leg, I think with this high pressure, finally you have more troubles to pass the ball, and well, it was a very complicated to play against you, I need to tell you, because for instance in some friendlies I have an opposite, a different way to see you, but in the important match, well, was very tough, very complicated, and I think maybe I sweat a little in the chair.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good to know. Yeah, from my side, like I said, I really enjoyed the games, but in the second leg, I watched the game back. I think it was this morning or yesterday, and I actually noticed that I didn't do the same tactic that kept Luis Alberto at bay in the first game, and I forgot to tight mark him in the second game. So I left him running free, and he was the difference there, because he got those 2 early goals, and I always struggle to come back. But yeah, thank you for the compliments, and you definitely deserve to be in the final. So yeah.
One funny thing, because I was talking with Budinita after the match. I need to tell you that with the 2-2, I think that I was out. And for this reason, try to press more and more and get another goal. But for the next time, I will try to learn the rules first to play.
Yeah, I think we were both putting on full attack there. So yeah, one of us was bound to score. So that was a good game. It was good fun. Obviously, Elliot, you also covered it in the commentary. It must have been an excellent game to watch from the neutral side.
Yeah, both games were fantastic. Obviously, James helped me out with it. I think it was Ilicic that scored the first goal for Lazio in the first game. And then when that first goal went in for Lazio at home, I thought, oh no, how many is he going to score here? Then you came back into the game in the second half, played really well. Nice little 1-2 for your equaliser. And then obviously Zaha had a chance, which on another day, if he'd have just taken that extra touch and then tried to score, he'd have probably scored. But he shot first time and the goalie saved it. That got us into a fantastic second leg, which could, any team could have won that. Lazio scored some good goals, Immobile scoring, etc. But then when you made it 2-2, obviously the first goal was a funny goal. You whipped it in. Cavani spent an age trying to put the ball in the net. The defender cleared it onto Cavani, and you scored. Then I think you got a little bit of belief. Then scored again. That goal. I think my voice went really high pitched in the commentary. It was such a great goal to cover because it meant so much. And then obviously Vegest was winning on away goals, and me and James know that he put the attacking tactic to full throttle attack. And we thought, what's going on here? And obviously, as he just said, he completely forgot that he was actually winning. And then right at the end, you had a great chance with Zaha again. And I think he should have shot, but he passed or something. And then Lazio went down the other end and scored on the counter. But both of you played so well. And, if you'd have got through to the final, Dylan, you'd have fully deserved to get there as well. So,
completely agree.
Yeah. It was both.
Thank you. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we had our most views so far for the Euro PES Super League, which was, I think, was about 32 viewers on the stream, so which was really awesome as well. But I don't know, Elliot, do you want to go through the next one with us?
Yeah, sure.
It's obviously the Nottingham road to the final and how they sort of got to where they are now.
Yeah, no worries. Obviously, we haven't got the Nottingham manager available on the call. He's probably getting himself psyched up for the game, but I'm happy to talk about Nottingham Forest's road to the final. So I was in this group with Nottingham Forest, and they came out of nowhere, really. I don't think they played their games as quick as me and a few others did. So they were near the bottom on 0 points, 0 games. And then once he started playing, that was it. He beat myself, Dazzler, and Kid at Leicester, all in the same day. Is a feat in itself. Look at that. He scored 14 goals, conceded 7. So you're looking at 2-1 results, basically, for all his wins. Which just shows you don't need to score loads and loads of goals. As long as you get that one goal more than your opponent, you'll win every time. And did really well there. And then you go to the quarter-final, playing Benfica. And Benfica obviously beat him that game. So normally he'd be out of the cup. But due to Ray being stuck at the minute away from his PlayStation, he's been reinstated. He's been given a second chance, and he's taken that chance. Obviously, you covered the game, the Tuesday game, Forest and Lille, and they were both competitive games, Dylan, in my opinion. But Forest are going to be a big threat tonight in the final, and I don't think Vegest is going to have an easy game.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you can see, like you were saying, the goals on the for side, it's obviously the slight margins, but like you say, it does the difference. And even in the semi-finals there, you can see the fine margins of the game that I did cover. The games were extremely intense, even though there was no scoring. So it can go either way. Either we're going to get a big goal fest, as you can see in the quarterfinals, or it can be more tactical and you go towards that route. So yeah, it's sure to be a good one.
Definitely. I'm ready for the next slide now.
Yeah. Yeah, Elliot, I don't know if you want to maybe mention something on this.
Yeah, I'm just waiting it to come through on the YouTube. There we go. So what an event that's going to be held today. It's going to be a fantastic event, and there's no better stadium, in my opinion, than the Saitama Stadium. It's been on PES since the PlayStation 2 days. It's in Japan. I think it was originally made for the World Cup, 2002 World Cup. It's as you can see there, it's an absolutely gorgeous stadium. And Vegest, are you excited for you and your boys to be playing there tonight? Are you there, Vegest?
All right, we've lost him for a minute or two. I'm sure he'll be back now. But yeah, like you said, it's going to be an absolute awesome one. I don't know if I've actually really played in the stadium in a competitive environment. I'm sure I've played it in Master League somewhere along the line.
It's been my favourite stadium for years.
Oh, really? Okay, awesome. That's really good to know.
It's if you're wanting to know the attendance, I can tell you that as well. Not that I'm sad or anything. 63,000 capacity.
Wow, that's incredible. Plus
yeah.
plus the 30 online, so it should be good.
Yeah, and this tournament is so prestigious that FIFA have actually paid for the testing, for the fans, so they can all come to the game. So there's going to be it's the only place in the world you can see a full 63,000 seat stadium full of fans. I watched the Bundesliga the other day, and it just isn't the same without the fans. So we're quite lucky tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're going to move on to more of the head-to-head key players for this game. And of course, you've got the big man Immobile, which I'm sure everyone is well aware of what he's capable of in the league. And then, of course, you've got Zapata on the other end, which scored some vital goals leading up to this final. So what do you make of them, Elliot?
Yeah, obviously Immobile, looking at the generations of his ratings through the years, started off as a 69 rated, PES 2013, and then 1 year later, gone up 7 ratings. He joined Torino.
That's
17 ratings. It's crazy. And then he went back down. And then by PES 2017, you're thinking, oh, his career's dwindling here. He's going downhill. And then who'd have thought 3 years later, gone up another 11 ratings to his peak 87.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
And then you look at Zapata, and he's been a pretty steady 77, 78 kind of player. And then now he's reaching the 85. So since he's moved to Atlanta, he's gone up to the 80s. So he's got a lot of speed. I think people forget as well. Immobile has got 84 speed. He's quite a big guy, but he's still that is an impressive speed for his size.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually looking at a couple of their stats now, and I'm a little bit confused. Maybe you can give me a hand here. Where Zapata's 85 rated, but if you look at all his stats, in the key areas, he's pretty even, if not slightly more in one or two positions. So it's quite strange that Immobile is 87 rated, and then Zapata 85. I feel they should have either been the same. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, look at the strength difference. So Immobile 79, Zapata's 93. Zapata's quicker, dribbling's pretty much the same, the passing's not far off, and he's a better defender. So I can only assume that he's better at the all-round key elements of the game, but then obviously there's a lot more stats that aren't taken into account there. So
yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
probably got a few more high ones, but they're both really, really good strikers for this division. I mean, myself, I'm playing Shane Long up front and Mitrovic. Martinez, but it's crazy how powerful these strikers are, and it's no coincidence that the two teams in the final have got two of the best strikers on the game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing which striker comes out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a good one. Just looking at a couple of these stats here, they're absolutely crazy. I would do anything to have one or two of these stats in my team. But anyway, we're moving on. And of course, we look at the Lazio squad for the guys that are doing the score predictions. Don't forget to put your score predictions in, either obviously from the Lazio squad or of the Nottingham, which we'll bring up shortly. But we just go into a couple of these key sort of areas. And one player that is key for Lazio is, of course, the Acerbi, which is going to obviously take on Zapata at the back. So that's going to be a good battle.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive battle. Acerbi, one of the better centre-halves in the division, against Zapata, one of the best strikers in the division. Zapata's got it all, speed and strength, but Acerbi, 84 rated. He's got the stats as well, so it should be an absolute clash of the titans, that one. I'm also looking, Luis Alberto, the danger man for me. He normally plays him just behind the two strikers, either Immobile and Ilicic or Immobile and Jesus, or any combination of two of them three players. He's massive, in my opinion. Obviously, he doesn't score as many goals as the strikers, but he's the one that's feeding the passes through to them and giving them the chances to score. And he makes that team tick, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. He's brilliant. And just a little hidden gem that comes off the bench, which I experienced in the semi-finals, which was Minamino there, which he came on playing, I think he came on behind the striker there, and for some reason he felt one of the quickest players in the game. So he's a nice little threat that Vegest could definitely use coming off the bench. And Vegest, is there any key pointers on your side with regards to your squad? Is there anything that we should take note of?
Well, for me, my key player is Luis Alberto, like you can watch in all my matches, and the same with PC. PC can create a lot of chains to with these great long balls, or well, we had a problem in the other match of the cup, because the form of Immobile was not the best. In 2K matches, we have the row in red. And well, we did our best. Finally, we can pass, but without zero, it's very complicated to play, because all our chance of goal is throw to zero.
Yeah, brilliant. And I'm just trying to look at your squad here, and of course we all know that you play with wide players, or I don't even know if you can call them wing backs, because they're certainly not. They're not defensive. But what is your thoughts with Ruben Pene, which you did buy from me? I see he is only the right back that's in your squad. What is your thoughts with him? Just a matter of interest.
Sorry, who?
Ruben Pene, the right back, 78 rated.
Well, because sometimes I want to play. Usually I play with 3-4-2, okay. But sometimes when you play against me, you can see that I change a lot my formation, maybe with 4-4-2 with AMF, or maybe using PC and Lulic in the bands. Well, sometimes Leiva is not in form, and I need to put Fabinho in the place, and I need something in the band to do the job. And West's a great player, and we can sign, and well, he's part of the team. He only play, I think, 1 or 2 matches, but I think he can do best. He can do well.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And obviously there's loads and loads of depth here in your squad for those red arrows and orange arrows when they do come about.
But, it's a really short squad. It's the problem, because we have a great player, but the budget is not it's not very high, and finally our squad is very short, and when we have someone out of the form, is a really problem. But I think the subs are doing well. And well, Minamina for Eastern is a great subs. I think maybe he can play from the beginning. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. He's extremely powerful and fast, of course. Elliot, is there anything on your side you want to add to Lazio's squad?
Yeah, if we're going to talk about the substitute super sub Minamino, my first thoughts on him were live during the game between you two, when he brought him on and he scored. And I remember saying something along the lines of, "He's fast. Oh my word, he's very fast." Minamino 4-2, and that was his introduction to me. Yeah, I'm not. Obviously, your defenders had tired legs, but he just cruised down the pitch. It was ridiculous. It reminds me a bit like Nakajima at Porto, like both two fast players that you need. You can definitely take advantage of tired legs towards the latter stages of the game. What's also interesting for myself is Bednarek. I don't think he'll be starting tonight, because Kahneman and Acerbi have been doing such a good job at the back. But Bednarek was my player up until about a week ago, and I swapped him for Georgeson with Vegest. And it's crazy to think he's gone from being knocked out of the cups in the qualifiers. He might get that winner's medal today. And whilst Georgeson might be a bit upset watching the game at home, knowing that he could have had a bit of silverware to take home. And obviously the goalkeeper, is it Strakosha? What a goalkeeper he is. I know he let 4 goals in against River Plate in the first game, but he also makes quite a lot of good saves, and he's good with his feet, so he's going to be pivotal. Not to mention Lucas Leiva and Fabinho as well in the midfield. They obviously do all the hard work, so then the more flary players can do what they need to do at the pitch. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and just speaking about Lucas Leiva there, it's a nice little picture Elliot wanted to add in here. And
yeah, I thought this might make people have a little smile. So
certainly made me laugh.
It's amazing what 11 years can do to you. Here he is on PES 2009, which I believe was still available on the PS2 years and years ago. He's got nice long hair. His career's, about to take off at Liverpool. And then 10 years later, he thought, maybe I need to cut that hair. It doesn't suit him anymore. And there he is. Look, nice little face. He's got a real rendered modelled face now, instead of just a default face and some blonde locks. So yeah, it's good to see.
Good to see. Yeah. So we're going to move on to Nottingham squad. I don't know if you want to maybe run through that today for us, Elliot.
Yeah, of course. So Nottingham Forest, great team through to the final. We can't get the manager on at the minute, but they've got dangerous players. Start from the top. Thiago Silva, playing centre half. What can you say about him? Probably Brazil's best centre half, or he was until a few years ago. Starting for PSG, captain. You've got Son, who's just come back from the military for South Korea, and he was that good over there that he got an award for the best results. So it shows that he can do a lot more than just be a footballer. He's got the physical attributes to be the best military guy as well. Akinfeev, new signing. He's a legend on PES. I think Reece said something about he had the most games without having a clean sheet in the Champions League or something, but he's 80 rated, so he's a quality player. Got Eric Bailly, Man United centre half at the back. It'll be a good battle between him and Immobile and Jesus. Thiago Mendes, 83 rated. His job, if he starts, will be to stop Luis Alberto. But then again, you've got the Russian guy Zobnin, who was in the auction. Nottingham signed him, and he's got some really good physical attributes, which may give Luis Alberto a bit of a problem. And then even players like Damari Gray, 77 rated, one of the weakest players in that squad, but he is fast, he's good with the ball, and he's a quality player. And then if Zapata's not scoring, you've always got Seferovic from Benfica. He's a quality player. So both teams are full of quality, and I'm looking forward to seeing which one comes out on top.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just looking at the squad here and all the forwards that Nottingham do have. Loads and loads of depth. If any one of those players do come up with a red or orange arrow, there's definitely rotation there. So, which is obviously, that's what the Nottingham Forest manager's gone for. No red arrows in his squad, surely. And then we move a little bit more towards the defense here with obviously Mendes. He's going to be obviously crucial there, trying to hold up with Luis Alberto. So yeah, it's going to be super interesting. And I'm sure it's going to be an absolute brilliant game. I'm looking really forward to it now that we're building up to it.
Yeah, definitely. The only issue is he's only got one goalkeeper. So if Immobile is running through, gets taken out by the keeper, red card, penalty, it'd be interesting to see who's going to go in net for the rest of the game.
That's it, yeah. Zapata's one of the big ones, so he might go in there anyways. So we're just moving on to some of the banter that we did put up for you guys here as well. Do you want to run through it, Elliot?
Yeah, with absolute pleasure. So as you can see here, Craig opened his mouth. He assumed he was going to be the champion because he were beating teams at the start of the campaign. And you can see here he wanted to be called the self-proclaimed champion already. Forgive me if I'm wrong, Dylan, but Lazio and Nottingham Forest are in the final. Is it like a triple threat on there too?
Yeah, because something's going on.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out where Leon even got knocked out. But one thing's for sure, they're not in the final. So it's just Craig talking rubbish as per usual.
Was this put in the in a private chat, or was this in the lobby?
This was in the lobby, so you give a bit of confidence to put that out to the PES public, and that's what we did. And it's come back and bit him on the arse, basically. So yeah. Thought we'd get that in.
So I'm just moving on to the next one, yeah. Yeah, so Southampton
Oh,
obviously playing Arsenal here. And do you want to talk us through this game? Yeah, what happened here, Kilbert?
I, yeah, it pains me to recollect this match, but so basically, I'd won my first one or two games. I think I beat Aberdeen 5-1 in my first game, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to qualify for this. Definitely going to qualify." Um, and then I was absolutely all over Taskyman at Arsenal. He'll probably remember this game really well. And as you can see, I had 19 shots, 13 on target. He had one, and I think that almost went in. And if that would have gone in, my controller would have been going through the wall. And I think that's where my career, my qualifying campaign ended, to be honest, because after that game, I just lost like 2 or 3 in a row, and that was the end of it. But yeah, I don't really want to look at that ever
Yeah, it's
again.
one of those results that almost feel worse than a loss. So
Yeah, I think I started Ibrahimovic up front that day, so free child ego is your problem now. You haven't. Ponga Mitrovic won't miss that many chances, I'm sure. And then going to as finalists today, Nottingham Forest. That's what I meant. On the same day, he beat myself 2-1. He beat Dazzler 2-1. Oh no, he didn't. Apologies. He lost to Dazzler 2-1, and then he beat Leicester 2-1. So 6 points out of 9. And all 3 opponents are very good players. So to get 6 points out of that shows that he had real potential.
yeah, absolutely. And some of those score lines that we spoke about earlier, only 1 goal margin. And yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference though, does it? On paper, they've won the game. They've got the points. That's all you need.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, if you want to go through this as well.
Yeah, of course. So, what's interesting is the Nottingham Forest manager. Obviously, he got knocked out by Benfica, but then due to Ray not being able to play, he's been given a second chance. And in February, he almost left the league due to not replying to people. So he's come a long way since that day, where he may have been kicked out of the league. He's obviously somehow got recovered from coronavirus. If he's got a vaccine, he should let us all know. And then, he's kicked on in the league, kicked on in the cup, got himself to the final eventually. And it's just crazy, really, when you look at it. And then Piaggio played Vegest, the finalist. And you could see from there that Lazio, a quality team. Piaggio is a fantastic player, and Lazio made light work of him there with a 9-2 aggregate win. And there you can see Immobile scoring a hat-trick, Jesus getting 4. So, yeah, that's Vegest started as he meant to go on.
I think we might have missed one slide there in the mix there. I just want to see if I can go back quickly. No, I think that was it. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if there's anything else that you want to add on your side, Elliot, before we start wrapping it up, and of course we're going to head over to that to the big game.
Yeah, so obviously we've all come a long way. We've all been in this cup. Everyone that will be watching, or most people, and we all dreamt to get into the final. Luckily enough for the Lazio manager and the Nottingham Forest manager, they've got their chance to write history. PES, it's the first ever cup final. And not only that, but we're showing it live. So everyone who's not actually playing in the final can socialise, they can watch it, and they can take some tips really on how to get there. It's going to be a fantastic occasion. And I'm so excited for it. I'm not going to lie, Dylan. Not watching proper football for so long has got the better of me. And I'm dead excited. I've got my suit on, got my beer ready. I can't wait to commentate on what should be an absolutely fantastic affair between two great players.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also looking forward to it. Like you said, it's going to be an absolute smasher of a game. So, yeah, of course, thanks to everyone that has tuned into the episode 3 talk show podcast, if you want to call it that. It's been really awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If there's anything that we guys feel that we can improve on, just give us a shout or direct message us. Will be really awesome. So we just want to say thank you to Vegest for tuning in before your big game. Obviously keeping your nerves intact, and I'm sure you're looking forward to the game. Is there anything that you want to say before you head on to the match?
Yes, one more thing. I want to say hola to all my Spanish friends. I think is here, some of them. I don't know why. And except that, well, I try to have some fun and have a good moment and a lot of goals.
Yeah, awesome, man. Good luck for the game and enjoy it as well.
Okay, see you.
Awesome, man. Thanks. And
Have a good night.
cool. As you can see there, guys, we will share the link in the comments to the match. But if not, I will also be posting it on my other social media channels. So if you do want to check it out and you're not part of the league and you are neutral to the whole setup, I will be sharing the links on these social panels as well. If you are keen to subscribe, that'll be awesome as well. We're trying to grow the league as much as possible to create more awareness. Of course, now with lockdown, with all normal soccer or football, should I say, on standby, but the virtual game still goes on. So, yeah, Elliot, anything from your side before we tune over to the live game?
Yeah, so obviously, thank you everyone that's supporting us and watching these shows. We can talk about whatever we want and we can make great PowerPoints, but if nobody's watching, then it's going to be pointless. So thanks, guys, for taking an interest. We're trying to improve it week in, week out. So then obviously you get a really good show that represents a great league. And obviously I'm looking forward to the final and then we'll take it from there. Dylan, I'm going to challenge you to a goalkeeper versus goalkeeper match on Wednesday, by the way.
Awesome.
What's your thoughts on that? Live streamed 11 goalkeepers versus 11 goalkeepers. We'll see if people can bet on the result or the first goal scorer for a bit of transfer cash in the next window, just for a bit of fun, just to mix it up a little bit. Do you accept?
Yeah, I definitely accept that. That sounds awesome, dude.
Awesome. I just need to get Peter Schmeichel onto the game, and I think I'll be all right in the goal striking department.
Yeah, I might bring out old Peter Cech out of retirement. So
Awesome. Sounds good. Can't wait.
Awesome.
But yeah, I can't wait for the next podcast show. I'm sure we'll have some great topics to cover, and I'm ready for the final now.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will send that link on the social panels that you see on your screen. So if you do want to watch the game, it's going to be a massive one. I think it's a 15-minute match, so it's going to be nice and long, something to enjoy, and we'll be on the commentary team as well. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the match.
Yeah, thanks, guys.